Choices, choices, choices. How does your brain help you make those all important choices? That's what we're going to talk about today. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Brain Mystic, where we are demystifying the brain one neuroscience concept at a time each week. Each week, we are taking a card from the Neuro Tarot deck and using that as an inspiration to discuss a neuroscience concept. This deck is a set of cards that's been inspired by the major arcana of the tarot, but infused with neuroscience concepts. So today's card is Choices, which is inspired by the Chariot card of the tarot deck. The Chariot card of the tarot deck depicts this charioteer with sometimes two sphinxes, two horses, which can lead the person in different directions. And it's up to the charioteer to decide which way and which path they're going to go. There's no necessarily something that's bad or good with the choice, but essentially presented with a choice, what is going to happen is kind of the question that's being raised. And this was an interesting card for me because when I looked at it, I was really inspired and I was thinking about this ultimate choice that we face in almost evolutionary history and human history of the fight or flight response. And all animals face this when presented with a situation. Say you're being attacked by a lion, or when you're presented with a very stressful situation. Are you going to respond with fighting back? Or are you going to fly away? Are you going to run away? And again, in any of these situations, it's not that just that the fighting is always the best response. Sometimes running away might be the best response. So, but it is a question of choice and how you're going to respond to a particular situation. And in this case, I was thinking about the adrenal glands, which are present above your kidneys, and as the source of the fight or flight response. And but why are we talking about adrenal glands, which release adrenaline in terms of the brain and the brain axis? And it's because a lot of times the way you respond to stress and the way you respond to stressful situations is connected with the hypothalamo pituitary axis, and so you can which is in the brain. So the hormones that are being released in the brain are actually going to control the release of hormones from the adrenal glands. And this is really useful because in a lot of senses, when say you're presented with a situation where you have to whole bodily respond, it's not enough with just one part of your body respond. So let's say you are having the command to run away from something. You don't want to just have your legs running away. You also want to have your heart beating faster. You want to have your lungs being breathing much more heavily. You want to make sure that your pupils are dilated so you can get more light in, so you know where you're going. So it needs to have like a whole body response to the whole thing. And so a choice of one way or the other is not just one small finger or hand moving, but an entire response. And that's all orchestrated by the brain, which is why it's so beautiful. So meditate on that for this week. So think about the choices you've made. Kind of not the smaller ones, but the larger ones, and how you responded to that situation. And think about how your brain might be controlling these kinds of whole body responses in you, and think about how wonderful this instrument is, the body, and how it's being orchestrated by these hormones that are flooding in you. And that's it for this week. So I will see you again next week, and thank you for joining me here.